แสงพระธรรมนำใจให้ไร้ทุกข์แสงพระธรรมนำสุขทุกสมัยแสงพระธรรมส่องสว่างกลางดวงใจแสงพระธรรมนำจิตให้สงบเย็นก็ขอธรรมสวัสดีมายังท่านผู้ชมที่อยู่ทางบ้านวันนี้รายการธรรมะออนไลน์ธรรมะพาเพลินก็มาพบกับท่านผู้ชมเช่นเคยในช่วงของเช้าของเมืองแวนคูเวอร์ประเทศแคนาดาแล้วก็ยามเช้าของเมืองซีแอตเทิลประเทศสหรัฐอเมริกาซึ่งรายการนี้ก็เป็นรายการธรรมะที่จัดเพื่อต้องการเผยแผ่แล้วก็ต้องการส่งสิ่งดีมีสาระให้กับท่านผู้ชมท่านผู้ฟังซึ่งรายการนี้ก็จะเป็นรายการที่ต้องการที่จะเผยแผ่ธรรมะที่เป็นภาคภาษาอังกฤษบ้างภาษาไทยบ้างฉะนั้นก็ทุกๆวันเสาร์ในยามเช้าเนี่ยก็จะมีการสนทนาธรรมซึ่งในวันต่อไปเนี่ยก็จะมีคิดว่าปีใหม่เนี่ยก็จะมีรายการที่จะมาจัดในเวลานี้เพื่อญาติโยมท่านหลายที่อยู่ทางประเทศไทยด้วยประเทศไทยก็ประมาณ3 ทุ่มตั้งแต่ปีใหม่ไปก็อาจจะมีรายการอวยพรธรรมะก็เริ่มทดลองรายการฉะนั้นวันนี้ก็เป็นเวลาเช่นเคยที่ได้เชิญคุณโยมชอซึ่งเป็นญาติโยมที่มาช่วยเหลือวัดอธรรมยตารามช่วยเหลือวัดพุทธปัญญานันทารามอยู่ก็จะได้มาร่วมกันสนทนาธรรมแล้วก็อธิบายธรรมะซึ่งโดยทั่วไปก็จะมอบเวลาให้กับคุณโยมแต่ว่าช่วงก่อนปีใหม่เนี่ยก็จะมีธรรมะแบบสนทนาก็คือถามคำถามตามคำตอบว่าเราจะต้อนรับปีใหม่อย่างไรกันแต่ว่าช่วงนี้ก็เพื่อเป็นประโยชน์ก็จะให้คุณโยมชอดได้อธิบายธรรมะถ้าช่วงหลังมีเวลา10 นาที15 นาทีก็จะสามารถตอบคำถามได้ญาติโยมก็สามารถที่จะตั้งคำถามมาได้ในรายการของเราฉะนั้นก็จะเข้าสู่รายการเลยแล้วก็Good morning and โยมชอช
Good morning ครับ
แล้วก็ today we will have the Dhamma talk it's what the subject today
Today I have brought a very good subject it's called Itibat the spiritual powers to achieve a life or successfulness life
Okay and usually people love to be succeed and to be happy
exactly
and we welcome about the new year and it's a very good after this Saturday we will talking about the success and happiness we will talking about the how to remind yourself in the past and how to plan yourself in the future how to do is a today and we call and this is the Dhamma we talk we encourage of the people because right now people is worry and some people suffer
yes
and some people and bore how to say
get bored
get bored
yeah
yeah and Yom short and you can and adjust about your camera a little bit from this yes okay and okay and everyone and joy is Dhamma talk until the vision Yom short if someone have a question and you can send a message in the okay
yeah thank you Ajahn and good morning Canada Seattle and good evening in Thailand welcome to the Dhamma talk program from Athamayataram Buddhist monastery and the Puttha Panjanantaram in Canada which is led by Ajahn Tuachai and as we are approaching the new year of 2021. So what I have brought today is about the Dharma that the Buddha taught. Especially he emphasized during his last part of his life, approaching the Parinibbana. The spiritual power as a tool to achieve the successful life, or even you can live longer or a longer life. So to talk about this, I would like to refer to Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Remember that the Buddha spoke to Ananta, the great one of the greatest Savaka or disciple, that I could live up to one kappa, or the length of the one kappa in general is about 120 years. If I want to, by performing the itibata, the four base of the spiritual powers, but you never asked me to, and I kept reminding you many times, many occasions, many prayers. That was the Buddha spoke to the Ananta. Yeah, when he was really sick, and Ananta was really sad by knowing that his teacher, his great teacher, is getting sick. Yeah, but he never asked such a question. He never that such a question never arise in his mind, in his thought, that he should remind the Buddha to praise him to live longer. Yeah. So today we will see how this spiritual power, or the four bases of the spiritual power, work out. Let's take a quick look at the four faculties, or the four bases of the spiritual power, or we call it itibata. The first one is called the chanta. The second one is called the viriya. The third one is called citta. And the fourth one is called vimamsa. So let's take a look at the meaning of the chanta. The chanta is about, it means the pleasure, the sense of happiness. The viriya is an effort or an energy that you apply, that you put when you are doing certain job or one particular job. And citta is a sense of concentration on one particular object or one particular job that you are performing. The sense of the focusing your mind on one particular job, the stability of the mind on one particular job, that's called citta. And the last one, vimamsa, means the investigative mind that you're trying to investigate, looking for the better and better tools, the better and better way, even the better and better equipment that you can apply on one particular job that you are doing. So these are the general meanings of those four bases of the spiritual power. Let's take a look in detail of one of each. The Shanta is an inspiration or a willingness, a sense of pleasure in what you are doing and satisfy whatever outcome is. Always be content with what you are doing and what the outcome is. An inspiration will always facilitate the task or a job without craving or tanha. You will be enjoyed the job and along with the co-workers which place you in the right place to do the best with the full intention. Working with Chanda or an inspiration is different from working with the tanha or a craving. When you work with the tanha or a craving, you will always expect the outcome in form of material or, for example, money, wage. But when you start working with a chanta, it's different. We will try to do the best to get the job done. And when you see your job get done, you will be really appreciate the outcome, because you understood the law of karma. For example, when you want to clean the house, or if you are hired as a housekeeper, you start cleaning the house. That is an action. And the house get clean. That is a result or the consequence of what you have done. You clean the house, then the house get clean. The wage that you pay is just a price to facilitate you to do the next job. It's nothing else. So this is actually what chanda means. It's different from a sense of tanha, that if you start doing a job, you start performing anything with expectation of material instead of the expectation of the job get done. Your mind is always before because you let your mind expecting some outcome in form of the material, for example, the money. So you actually lost your mind from the job. Your mind is projecting to the money or the material or the wage or the salary that you are expecting to get, to earn from what you are doing. So you lost your control, your mind on one particular job or one particular object. And this is not only when you're doing a job. It play really good role when you start doing a meditation with chanta instead of tanha, because tanha finally is turned to become a nivarana called kama chanta. the number one nivarana, or the one of the obstacles or the hindrances that we talked earlier. So this is what difference between the chanta and tanha that involve during you are doing or performing your job in your daily life. And imagine if you having a really inspiration on the job that you're doing, you become a person who really love the duty, love your job, you love your co-workers, you love your workplace, you love your boss because you enjoy it, because you are willing to do this job. You have a full knowledge of a job. You probably study from the school, university. Your loving in the job is maybe from the beginning when you start, when you decided to go for a school in one particular field, and then when you graduate, you get the job in the field that you have been studying, because you have been investigate before that you decided to go for the school or the university for one major that you love, and you keep continue doing that. And what you have learned, what you have been studying from the university or the school, you apply those knowledge. You become very professional in one particular field, in one particular career that you has projected from the beginning, maybe from high school, college, university. If you are a doctor, if you are a nurse, if you are an engineer, you have complete that from school, and you bring those knowledge to implement when you are doing a job. So when you have a willingness, when you have a great inspiration, you become really love and enjoy the job that you are performing. So this become a function of your life, become a greatest part of your life. It's what you're living on. It's because of chanta, because of an inspiration. So you have a really not only a willingness, but your mind become fully love and have a very strong sense of pleasure when you have a chance to do the job that you love. When you love your job, you have to work with your co-worker. It turns your mind to love your worker too. Turn your mind to love your boss too. And turn your mind finally love more and more your job. And that's how you really happy when you are working. When you are working happily, you don't feel really bored, you don't feel really tired. But when you work with a craving, you want more and more. You put more energy. Because you're trying to crave, you try to achieve the income, to achieve the money or the wage that you expected. It's really totally different from when you work with Shanta. So Shanta is a first factor that has to be that if you don't have one, you have to be searching one. You have to create it. You have to make it happen in your mind before you go to work, before you perform any function or duties. When you wake up in the early morning, you know that you're going to work such a job. You always come out with the prepared mind. You feel very excited to meet the people, to see your co-worker, to see your boss, and to touch the first piece of your job at workplace. Because you love your job. You have a really full inspiration. Inspiration and aspiration of the job is a really great factor to begin with. Especially when you're looking for a job looking for a career that you have been studying in the school or college or whatever the institute that you try to achieve the career that you want. So this is the first one of the itibat amongst 4 spiritual powers. The next one is viriya. Viriya is an effort or the energy that encourage to achieve the goal. How does the effort function? The effort function as the wall to protect the mind from all defilements when we are doing a job. Effort is very important component to accomplish the target. When we put more and more effort on one particular job that you are performing, it looks like the mind shut down the door. Therefore, nothing can come to intervene or to interrupt when you are performing a job. And that's how you get a job done or successful, and you will always enjoy, become joyful or happy. So an effort is a mental energy actually. It's a mental energy that you apply. Keep your mind in one particular object or a job that you are performing. Your mind will stay on a job, and you maintain you maintain your doing, you maintain your performance of one particular job. Sometimes you are in a situation that you're not really comfortable with the job. Maybe you have to sometime working under the pressure, but you still keep doing it. You never give up. Along with the sense of the virya or an effort, the second sense of the tolerance, or we call it khanti, is always appear in your mind. And this is how the effort or the mental energy give a really strong support in when you doing a job. And the successfulness is always a result of when you applying an effort or the mental energy to the job that you are doing. It protects you from the defilement that try if you are coping or facing any difficulties while you are performing a job, but you never give up. You still apply an energy, the mental energy. So I underline an effort is an energy, it's a mental energy. It's not a physical energy that you have to apply. So you will have a feeling of you're not putting the physical energy, but instead of that you are applying your mental energy. You know, we are doing some job, try to get job done. Sometimes, many places, many occasions that you are interrupted with some difficulties, with some defilements. Maybe you facing the pressure from your boss, from your co-worker. Those mental objects are interrupting you. But when you have more or strong effort, this strong effort or mental energy protect those defilements. When you are not paying any interest in any other's object, but you keep applying the mental energy or an effort in the job that you are performing, your job will get done sooner and sooner. And you can save the physical energy. And that's how actually you can get more job done, because you have saved your physical energy by applying the mental energy. I think everybody can imagine that when you really fully apply, an effort, put more and more effort in what you are doing. So your physical energy is less. You don't apply much. You don't want to You don't want to apply more and more physical energy, but instead of that, you have a willingness to put more mental energy. And when you get your job done with the less application of the physical body, the physical energy, you become having more energy from what you apply more and more mental energy. And this is how you can work longer in one particular job that you love. So this is the second base of the Itibata. Let's take a look at the third one, Citta. Citta is referred to a full attention, a full intention, or a concentration of the mind on one particular object or a job. No doubt when we have a deep concentration on one particular object or one job, I and everybody, when have that deep concentration, we have a really good sense of enjoy, glad, and happy. Why? Because a concentration, or what we call in Pali is samadhi, will disclose the detail of the object or a job that we are performing, that we are working on. And as we know, when we have a samadhi or concentrative mind, that can turn the mind happy. We become happy with what we are doing when we are focusing on that particular job. The Buddha called this phenomenon as a sukha samadhi, the happiness that arises from having a concentration of the mind on one particular object. Imagine when you start meditating and you approaching the vitaka, vikara, and then you have a piece of piti and turn on and turn into the sukha. So the concentration is a cause of a happiness. That's why the Buddha called the sukha, the samadhi, sukha samadhi. One of my fellows that come to practice the meditation with me one time asked me how do you describe the sukha samadhi. I said sukha samadhi is an active happiness. If you agree with me, because during an action, during the performing the job, you still be able to be happy. you still able to achieve your own happiness in action. So I told him that I call the Sukha Samadhi as an active happiness. Which is close. It is different from the Nibbana Sukha, the best quality of the mind in the Nibbana. So when you are performing a job and you make your mind very stable, the stability of the mind on one particular job, or a high or deep concentration of the mind on one particular job that you are performing, it itself will make your mind become very happy because of the power of the concentration, the mental concentration or the samadhi can boost up your mind, become happy. So imagine when you are really happy during your performing a job, you become enjoy as a result of the samadhi on one particular job. You don't allow your mind to be away from a job. When you are cooking, when you are studying, when you're doing any one particular job and you keep your mind on that particular job, so your mind become actually getting stronger and stronger. Not only is getting stronger, but your mind become more pure from any kind of job, but it's really working on one particular object or one job. You don't allow any defilements. You don't allow any kilesa to get access to your mind during your performing a job. You will have a sense of really full intention, attention, concentration. So these three qualities will actually strengthen your mind to perform a duty. And that's how you get your job done easily. So citta is a stability of the mind on one particular job that you are performing. You keep your mind become really concentrative. Your mind becomes strong, readiness become ready, become active. In Pali we call kamma niyo, the activeness of the mind on one particular object or one particular job. The object can be considered as anything. The job that you are performing, the person that you are looking, the work, anything that you are in relationship with. if you have a stability of the mind, you have really high concentration, then your job will be get done very easily and quicker, sooner. So that is about the chitta, the stability of the mind when you're performing a job. The next one go to the vimamsa. Vimamsa is actually a yoniso manasikara, or a systematically consideration, which actually it generates the mindfulness and the wisdom, a full development of the mind function how to integrate between a different knowledge, between, I would say, between the software and the hardware. Software is referred to your thought. A hardware refer to your physical action, the physical body that you apply to the job that you are doing. So the integration of different techniques, a creation of the different tools or equipments when you have one or when you have more than one, it will save your physical power. When you have a good tool, when you have a good equipment, you don't have to apply much of your physical power. That's how you save your body. That's how you save your physical body, because you apply, you know how to pick, you know how to choose the equipment to support your doing. Instead of you have to use more power, the physical power, you let the equipment, you let the good machine that you created work. So you save your life, so you save your energy, you save your physical energy, because you have a good knowledge of picking what equipment should fit to this job. For example, during the pandemic of the coronavirus, you work from home. Instead of driving a car to the workplace, you're working from home by using a computer, using a tablet, using a mobile phone that you have a lot of application on work. So this is what you having a vimamsa. You let something to work instead of your body. See how much energy that you can save. Imagine. And that's how you can allow your body to be more restful. You're getting more relaxation because you have created the good tool, the good equipment, the good machine. So you can save your life, you can save your energy. So from what I mentioned earlier, I think you can realize that if we work with the good quality of the mind, I emphasize, I underline the good qualities of the mind, which I call itibata, nothing else. Itibata is a good quality of the mind when you are performing your duty. If you have a good quality of the mind, refer to 4 qualities. Or 4 itibatas. You can save your physical body. You can save a lot of energy because of you let your mind work. And if your mind get the best qualities like 4 itibatas, your mind doesn't get tired because your mind doesn't have body. It's a non-form. Your mind doesn't get sweat. When you're working so hard, your body gets sweat. You are sweating. But your mind never gets wet if it has a good qualities. So this is the principle of the itibat, the itibata, the 4 bases of the spiritual power that the Buddha taught. But unfortunately, the Ananta never asked him to live his life longer. So instead of working with the full physical body, one must train your mind to have a 4 qualities of the mind. That's what I'm trying to explain all about. Number 1, chanta. Number 2, viriya. Number 3, citta. And the last one is vimamsa. If we work happily, imagine that. The work will get done easily. When the work done, you will be more happy. That is how spiritual power or the itibata can last our life longer, because your body actually work less than your mind. And if your mind had a really good qualities, you don't want to, your body doesn't need to work more. You work smart, actually. That's what we call it. Don't work hard, but work smart. Itibata is the way, is a tool to allow you to work smart. You don't need to work hard if you have a quality called itibata. The Buddha taught that when you have a 4 spiritual power along with your performing, it will function in companion with the Buddha taught further about the Bodhipakkhiya Dhamma, the 37 factors of enlightenment, and the 4 Ittibhata is one of those. It gives a very strong support for enlightenment and liberation. So before I wrap up my talk this morning, I would like to encourage all of you to cultivate or even develop the 4 Ittibhata in the mind. You install the Ittibhata in your mind, your life will be success. But not only your life is success, but your life is last longer and longer. To live, to work by the powerful mind, then you can save your body. And this is how you live longer. So what I have described or what I have explained is referred to the mental energy, the good quality of the mind, or we can call it the best quality of the mind. If you have a 4 qualities of what we have talked this morning, the Iddhibhata, the 4 qualities. So that is a talk of the 4 spiritual powers of this morning. Yeah, thank you.
And thank you so much, Jomchot.
You're welcome.
And this is a very good Dhamma about the Ittibhasi. This is very important. Is the Dhamma of the Buddha teaching, and the Buddha really comment about the Ittibhasi, and he got enlightened because and practice about the Ittibhasi. And Ajahn Puttathasa is talking about is how to work happy, how to you do a duty well. This is a wonderful teaching, like Short talking about the quality of mind. If you have the Ittibhasi, you can be happy. It's a meaning of live longer, the Buddha teaching and about the spirit. If you work and you do everything in your life and you are unhappy, this is you lose your time. You have a short time. But if you are happy, it's a longer, like a long Paul Panyananta is talking about is a body only in a dit light, but it's when you have a happy and you have a good spirit, you live forever. And duty is the Dhamma, and Dhamma is duty. This is I really like the Ajahn Puttathasa teaching. Work is life, and life is work. Happiness come from work. And people talking about is how to be succeed in your life from body, and succeed about the healthy, right? Healthy body, strong and lucky. And this is the Buddha teaching too. And you, Kitcho, Manusala, Patilapo. We have the good body. It's very, very lucky. And right now, healthy, very lucky. But it's a Buddha teaching is body and mind and should go together and connect together. You have a body, but you don't have the quality of the spirit. It's a body look like don't have energy. we should go together and to be happy. And thank you so much, Yom Short. And if we have a question, we can collect, and then before New Year, we can talking about all the question, how to be happy, how to be success, how to practice meditation, how to you cultivate yourself, how you develop yourself. What about in the this year, this year, last year, and remind yourself, and your child have something to say, and before we begin of the
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, nothing much, but I would like to suggest is the spiritual power is actually it's a driver. Imagine when you are using your computer, the main function that give more contribution is about software, you know. Because of the software make computer become smarter and smarter. Same way with a human being. When you have more wisdom, when you have better qualities of your mind, the mind will drive you in the good direction. And Itibata is a good driver for a good direction of life. And not only you are in place of the good direction of life, but you also in the good shape of life. You save a lot of energy. So your physical body is actually turned to be more healthy, more safety. And actually it kick back you to work more. And when you can work more, you can have more material. You can have more money. And that's how the people become getting richer and richer when they work smarter and smarter. So I would like to passing this message to all of you that when you work, you want to work smart. You don't need to work hard, but work smart. I think that's all about me. Thank you.
And thank you so much, James Charles, and for to kite and to talk about is how to practice the Dhamma with your duty and your job, and happy to do. If we are happy and to do anything, it is so wonderful. This is the way to practice the Dhamma in our life, and because and everyone have job to do, and you do by your happiness and follow about the itibasi, enjoy and work, and we Ajahn Puttata say when we work with about happiness, and this is not about to work, this is a Dhamma, practice the Dhamma. And thank you so much, I'm sure that I will talk to the people a little bit, and can see you on next Saturday,
Yeah,
and we
and
can
thank you
have
very much, Achan,
okay.
for inviting me as a commentator and speaker. And we see you again on next Saturday. Yeah, I will try to
Okay.
do my best to choose the really good topic or the good Dhamma to deliver to all of you. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. ก็อนุโมทนานะญาติโยม and thank you so much and for ญาติโยม for everyone to listen is the Dhamma, and we have a Yom Short to talk about the English, and we would like to improve our English, how to study the Dhamma with the English. And today we're talking about how to succeed in your life. And we are succeed in our life when we happy, enjoy to do our duty. And today we have to thank you about Yom. It's a Yom Mem. It's from Yereman. And thank you so much. And คุณโยมนิพาพร and โยมฮาริสา and คุณโยมตุ๊กตา in the Venetia. And thank you so much. And คุณโยมชาญวิช in the Thailand. In the future, I would like to have the Dhamma talk in the morning like this because it's a course for the people in Thailand and can follow, can listen the Dhamma because and sometime in the morning in the Thailand and people not comfortable and some people work. It's see you today about is my Dhamma talk ธรรมะป่าเพลินนั้นขออนุโมทนาญาติโยมทุกท่านนะฮะที่ได้มาแวะเข้ามาก็รายการนี้ก็จะเป็นรายการธรรมะเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเราก็จะพัฒนาไปเรื่อยๆเพื่อให้เป็นประโยชน์สำหรับญาติโยมทุกท่านวันนี้ก็เช้าในประเทศอเมริกาเนี่ยก็ขอเป็นเช้าที่ดีสำหรับญาติโยมทุกท่านนะฮะแล้วก็สำหรับญาติโยมที่อยู่ที่ประเทศไทยคืนนี้ค่ำคืนนี้ก็ขอให้ทุกท่านนอนหลับฝันดีแล้วก็ราตรีสวัสดิ์นะ Have a nice dream Have a good night